What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Psybient, and we're going to listen to another tune by Akshan. I reacted to one of his tracks for the first time earlier this year. His real name is Vincent. He's from France, works primarily in the Psybient and downtempo genres, though he has made many trance tunes as well, which is relevant here because this is the ambient mix of La Conscience de l'Espace, which he originally released as part of the 2018 World of Duality EP on Alter Records. Big shout out to Alter Records. And that's a trance tune that's roughly 13 minutes long. I think it's like 12 minutes, 45 seconds, something like that, so it's quite lengthy. 2 years later, also on Alter Records, Akshan released the Laws of Nature EP, which includes the ambient mix of this track, which I think roughly translates to space consciousness or consciousness of space. And that condenses everything down to slightly under 5 minutes, which in the world of Psybient is a bit anomalous. Most Psybient tunes are 6 or 7 minutes long, many go 8, 9, 10 minutes or longer, so one that's slightly under 5 is a bit surprising, but he packs a lot of epic emotion and galactic sweep into this tune. I did use it in one of my recent Ambient Excursions, I believe Mysterious Connection, so if you want to hear it in the context of a mix, check that out. In the meantime, let's give it a listen. This is a track that, as I said, I think roughly translates to space consciousness, the ambient mix by Akshan on his Laws of Nature EP 2020, and it's on Alter Records.
Le véritable maître spirituel que vous recherchez n'est pas à l'extérieur. Ce que vous vivez à l'heure actuelle se passe dans votre conscience. Cette voix que vous entendez s'élève à l'intérieur de vous. Il n'y a rien à l'extérieur. Tout pourrait être une illusion. Et la voix est réelle. La conscience de l'espace. Ce que vous vivez à l'heure actuelle se passe dans votre conscience. La conscience de l'espace.
Brilliant. I forget what tune comes in next in that Mysterious Connection mix, which once I use tracks in a set like that, and over time I might use them in more than one, but ultimately it becomes ingrained in my head. Like it's like when you get a proper album and you get familiar with listening to it, and the end of one track cues the beginning of the next track in your brain. So it happens as a DJ when you use a tune in a notable mix, and then ultimately the track ends and you're like, oh, like I want to hear this other track now because I know it blends very well into that. But it's a brilliant track. As I said, I think it has not only a lot of galactic and cosmic scope packed into that 5 minutes, but it is very emotional. Indeed, I think it's one of the defining traits of really good Psybient, is it sounds like it's music from another world, and yet emotionally and intimately human at the same time. It sounds like it's on the grandest scale of the cosmos, and yet internal and within your own heart and mind at the same time. And I think this track captures that perfectly. It has that shuffling, breakbeat, like syncopation at the floor of the track, and then it has these sweeping, like just beautiful and elegant soundscapes on top of that. There's the both like French spoken word vocal, which I think says the title of the track several times, but also this ethereal type melodic vocal, which really adds, again, like a human touch out in the grand scale of galactic space. So yeah, which, I feel like given the title, it's more or less the direct theme of this tune. I was thinking about it more generally as the way, again, Psybient of a certain type, that's just what it sounds like. It's both as big as the universe and right here in your head and your heart. But this tune actually takes that concept and, it's applying it in a very direct and literal way. So I think it's a very fitting example of the genre more broadly. So Tick About Akshan, absolutely top tune. Shout out again to Alter Records. Let me know what you think. As I said, if you like this kind of music, I have literally, it's like 130 or so Ambient Excursion mixes up here on YouTube, and there will be more coming. Indeed, there's some that I tried to get up here on YouTube, but they got blocked for one reason or another. So yeah, over time, I'll see what I can do to get those block ones up, maybe cutting out a tune or like chopping it down a little bit. We'll see. But at the very least, I will continue to make them, and hopefully there's more than 130 in the future still coming. So in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.